Hey Techies, welcome back in Tech VP channel. So Techies, today we are going to discuss about the do while loop, which is really important interview question. Most of the time interview ask what is the difference between while loop and the do while loop. This question is for beginners who are just starting the career as a software engineer or as a automation test engineer. Okay, so most of the time interview ask this question. So firstly, we'll discuss about the do while loop. Do while loop Java is a control flow statement. Uh, we are discussing about the control flow statement. How control flow statement will work in the last tutorial we already discussed. Once we start this tutorial, okay. And if we talk about the do while loop, so the do while loop execute a block of code at least once. Do while loop at least once and repeatedly execute block of code while condition becomes true. The same thing is happened in the while loop. Your condition will be goes to be executed repeatedly until unless it becomes true. Okay, once it becomes false, then it will be come out from the your block of code. Okay, and in the while loop, what we here you have to be define do. Okay, this one is a keyword and here you can provide the code. Okay, here you can provide the code. Okay, code means increment or decrement, increment and decrement. Okay, you can provide increment and decrement, you can provide increment and decrement. Okay, so here you can provide increment and decrement, and then you can provide here condition. Okay, so first it will execute your block of code and then it will check the condition. Okay, but in the while loop, firstly it checks the condition, then it will execute your block of code. Okay, so this one is a main difference. If you see here, while loop check condition before running the block, while condition checks before running the block. It will check first condition, this one. Okay, then it will execute. But in the while loop checks condition after running the block. Okay, firstly it checks in the do while loop, first checks the block, then it will execute your condition. Okay, do while loop checks the condition after running the block. Firstly it will execute your block, then it will check the condition. Okay, okay, so practically let's do it. Let me initialize a variable. We already discussed about variables. Int num equals to 0. Okay, and here we can do is a keyword. Okay, do, and here we can provide the condition. Block means, okay, sys out, uh, let me this one, sys out and count. Okay, count, and then concatenate num, and then we can provide the while. Okay, while num less than equals to 10. Okay, num less than equals to 10, and then inverted commas, because here your condition will be closed. Okay, now let's execute this program. What output we are getting here? Okay, so now we are getting 1 to 11 because firstly it checks the block of code. Okay, and if it do this one, then what happen? Can you guess? Only one. Okay, only one. Why? The thing is that here, once you have to be execute your block, so firstly it checks 0 and increment by 1 only, but after that num greater than equals to 10, so that's why it's going to be 1. Okay, so I hope you get understanding about the do while loop. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe the channel to get more amazing stuff about SDET role interview question. Goodbye, have a nice day.